Right. So we are here for the next session. It is about seventh house. Normally, I am taking like two houses, one in one session, like houses number one and two and three and four and all. This is like this session and the next session will be on the same one houses only, one houses each. So in this session, we will talk about only seventh house. In the next session, we will only talk about the eighth house, because these houses like have many representation, many different representations and all. uh, Also, like there is so much to talk about them, because these two houses remain like the main focus of human life, okay, especially in India, countries like India and all, which is like primary a marriage oriented society. Okay. So first of all, it is Kendra house. It is also a Maratha house. Okay. It is also a Rajasic level of houses. Okay. Right. So these are like main classification of this house: Rajasic, Maraka, plus Kendra. Okay. Maraka, as I told like a few times so far, that we have to take the broader like definition of Maraka or understanding of Maraka, that it is not like only physical death. Okay. It is like any death like circumstances, any major change in your life which can like impact overall life of yours is like seen as like Maraka. Okay. But largely, like people talk about this seventh house as the house of marriage. Okay, and this is where like I always had difficulty to understand, and this is where I always had different views. Okay, um, I personally feel that marriage as a social institution has nothing to do with astrology. Okay. Uh, Marriage is more a social institution. It rather depends on your social perspectives, social scenarios, social criteria, rather than any astrological criteria. Okay. Uh, so I don't consider seventh house as the house of marriage. Okay. I consider it as the house of committed relationship. Understand, marriage is also a committed relationship, but it is socially accepted committed relationship. Okay. But there can be other committed relationship also, but two people can commit to each other, which they may later not able to manifest into marriage. Okay. That is also seen from the seventh house. Let me explain. As we discussed that in the chronological order, like child took birth, and then the family neighbors came into picture, then mother came into picture. The child stayed with the mother for like up to 4 5 years of age. Then child went to school for education and all. Then sixth house is the daily work life. Child started working. The person started working now, native. And when we settle down in our work, when we have some like earning some money and all, then we think about like, okay, I should have the family, I should have someone in my life as a relationship partner and all. That is why seventh house comes as the house of relationship. Now, as we discussed in the previous session, is that fifth house is love romance. It is like meeting someone for first few times. Okay, it is like going on a date or giving a chance to person. Let me see how it works out. Let me see how it unfolds in future. So this is like first meeting. The fifth house, non-serious matter. Okay, neither side is like very serious about it. Then the sixth house, as I said, it is house of disputes, conflicts, but it is also house of your testing of your relationship. If you are really serious about the person, you will ignore the dispute and conflict or obstacles in your relationship. You will still go ahead with the relationship. If you are not serious about the person, then that dispute will take more importance and you will ignore the person. Okay, so this is sixth house basically shows how serious you are about the person. And when you stick with the person in like difficult times, in the times of obstacles or disputes or disagreements, and you resolve the like disputes and obstacles, then the person can trust you. Then the person thinks that okay, I can commit to this person. This person stayed with me in my bad times, and this person is going to stay with me. Okay, so this is why seventh house I consider as the house of committed relationship. Okay, committed relationship. Okay, two people committing to each other. I will still not consider it as the house of marriage, because not necessarily that it is not necessary that every committed relationship will convert into marriage or not. Okay, understand it like this. From here, society comes into the picture, and whichever society you belong to. Okay, so suppose you met someone you like, really like that person, and you committed to that person. Now it is all social circus from there. Suppose like, I'm that person, I met someone, I like stayed with her in her like difficult times, and now like I committed to the person, she also committed to me. Now it is all social thing. Social things will come up, like in societies like India, the caste factor will come up, religion factor will come up, language factor will come up, region factor will come up, property, bank balance, face value, all these things will come up. Fortunately, none of these things are astrological rules. Fortunately, there is no astrology rule which says that if a guy doesn't have a car, don't marry to him. And if a girl is of not of your caste, then don't marry to her. There is no astrological rule as much as I understood astrology so far in 10 years. Okay. But eventually we are deciding our marriages on these grounds only. Okay. Like in uh, you change the society, your rules for marriage changes. In the Western society, if you go there, the like as much as I could understand Western society from so far, there like person should not be in the drugs, a person should not be in the with the violence, organ violence and all. That is the one of the criteria. I'm not saying that is the only criteria, that is one of the criteria. A person should not be in the drugs. Now I don't think there is an astrological rule which says that if a person is in drugs, he cannot marry or she should not marry. Okay, so all these criteria are created by society, and we follow these criteria. It never happens that we like decide our marriages on astrological criteria. And even in the same society, in different times there can be different criteria. Like right now, um, as per my understanding, as per like the consultations I have given, like initially I used to give like marriage consultations and all. That is when I came to realize that it is like more society overtaking the relationship. Like I used to give the timing, okay, you can have a relationship or you can get some alliances and all in this time period, then they will come up and say that okay, like you gave this time, but we didn't get married, I didn't get married. And then I like ask the question, okay, what is the reason why, like when the alliance came or you met the person, why you didn't get married after that? Then the like reasons were like, okay, that guy like his salary was less. Okay, he didn't have the property, or the girl was like, I'm looking for like a foreign spouse. Girl was not in foreign country, or they were not paying that much dowry, which I was asking. So these are the reasons why people are saying yes or no. Okay, girl is not of fair complexion. This is the reason, one of the reason. Okay, everyone in the family likes the girl or the guy, but the grandmother is not liking her or him. Now these are the reasons for which people are saying yes or no. None of these are astrological reasons. There is no astrology rule which says that if a guy doesn't have a car, don't marry to him, or if a girl is not of fair complexion, don't marry to her. Okay, your society creates these concepts and you follow that. Okay, till date it never happened that a guy told me that I will marry such a girl who has Venus in the seventh house, or a girl told me that I will marry such a guy who has like Jupiter Mahadasha running or Jupiter in the seventh house. It never happened, and I am sure that as long as I am alive, it is not going to happen. Okay, so this is where I am my views are completely different. This is only the house of your committed relationship. Astrologically, we can only see when you can find someone, when you can meet someone, or when you can commit to someone. That's it. Whether that relationship or alliance will convert into marriage or not is not possible astrologically. Okay, because all the social rules, as I said, come up. Even in the same society, if you go into this different times, like even in Indian society, if you go like little bit like back in 1990s, in front of car, like in place of car, there was this scooter or bike. Okay, and we may not know, like 30 years ahead it may be helicopter. Okay, so I don't know. So this is where like the situation is. This is why I don't provide any marriage consultation or horoscope matching consultation. Okay. Even horoscope matching, it never happens. I never saw two horoscopes matching with each other. Okay. In my whole career of 10 years now, no two horoscopes ever match. All you can see astrologically is the timing of your relationship, when you can find someone or when you can get some alliances and all, or like the kind of issues you may face in relationship, because issues will be there. Okay, understand the thing about this relationship is that uh, we have issues in every relationship. As I say that no one can say that they never had any conflict with their parents or siblings or friends. We have conflicts everywhere. We have conflicts in every relationship, but the expectation level is so high in this relationship, boyfriend girlfriend or husband wife, that the like it pinches you more, because you are expecting a like ideal relationship from this. You are not expecting an ideal relationship from your parents. You are not expecting an ideal relationship from your siblings. But here you are expecting an ideal relationship. Like in recent session, which I did on relationship astrology with Astromensha, one of the question was asked that initially things are very rosy. Okay, well, why like people suffer after getting married? Largely they suffer because of these reasons only. Understand what are the criterias of you getting married: the financial security, the property, the face value, and all these things are not going to help you if you have a dispute going on with your partner. If I am having some dispute or conflict with my partner, my caste is not going to help. Her caste is not going to help. Okay, her bank balance is not going to help in resolving that conflict. Okay, so this is what we are looking at everything. Okay, the package around the person, we are not concerned about the person. Who cares about the individual? We care about the package around the person. So this is where my views always have been like really different in this matter. Maybe I'm the only astrologer in the world who is not providing marriage consultations and horoscope matching consultation, because I find them absolutely useless. You if I give you a time period, if I give you a time period and you find a person during that time period, do you think that you will marry her or him? Lots of social factors come into it, and if that's those social factors are allowed, then only you think about, okay, fine, saying yes or no. And basically you say yes or no because of those social factors only, you don't say because of the astrology. So this is the main thing, that basically, as it is a social institution, society does the show. Okay, so astrology has very less to say in the seventh house related matters, in like marriage related matters. It is the house of your committed relationship. When you are starting or initiating or committing to a person, whether that committed relationship will convert into marriage or not depends on lots of social criteria. Okay, and as I said, you change your society's criteria change. There are many societies still. Okay, there were many societies, there are many societies, there will be many societies in future also, where marriage is not even required. Okay, people spend their whole life in live-in relationship, and they don't even feel the need of getting married. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say from 10 years, but people are unable to understand. Okay, I don't know, maybe they don't want to understand. Okay, that this is basically the house of committed relationship, nothing more than that. Okay, there are a few more things related with that. Yeah, so seventh house is also opposite to first house. First house represents self, so seventh house is everything other than the self. So masses, people, marketplace, whomsoever you meet at marketplace, people, masses. So seventh house is like related with that. So normally we see fame from the 10th house, but seventh house also represents fame. Okay, why? Because seventh house is for the same reason, masses. How popular you can be seen from the seventh house. Okay, so like fame is also seen from the seventh house. Also, third house is self efforts. Okay, putting your own self efforts. Seventh house is like partnership business. When two or more people do partnership business together, that is matter of seventh house. Third house is self effort, sole proprietor, like a case like mine. 11th house is entrepreneurship, big business houses like Ambani's or Adani's and all that. Okay, Trump's. Okay, so these are like business houses and all. That is 11th house. Mm, it is the house of merchants and marketplace. It is house of business, as we discussed. Okay, it is partnership. First house represents east direction, seventh house represents the west direction. Okay. Uh, for someone who wants to be in business, this can become like an important house for career. Okay. Uh, right. Yeah, this house also shows our approach in relationship. How I will approach relationship. We will discuss that. Okay. Another important thing we can attach with the seventh house is like seventh house represents marketplace. Okay, understand it like this. If you want to see how genuine is someone, okay, if you can rely on that someone, that person, if you can trust that person and all, especially in relationship matter, you are meeting someone and you want to know how like good or bad this marketplace, because seventh house is marketplace, seventh house is spouse. The way he behaves, the way she behaves in marketplace is the same way he or she is going to behave with you sooner or later. Okay, that is it. Okay. Another thing about relationship, they say that okay, seventh house is your first marriage, second house is your second marriage, or ninth house is your third marriage, and all they give these logics, but I generally prefer seventh house as your partner, whichever number of partner it is. Okay, even if someone is getting into relationship 10th time, they will always attract a partner who is related with this seventh house related house, seventh house related planet. Okay, sign, or seventh house related planet. Okay. Um, then how come relationship experience change? Okay, what I mean to say is that suppose someone gets into like first relationship, they have like very difficult time there. Second relationship is little better. If it is the same seventh house, then how this difference? Because in this time period you improved, your criteria has changed, your approach towards the relationship changed, you learned something from your earlier relationship. This is what brought some change in your second relationship. Many a times it happens that people don't understand their lesson. uh, People don't understand the pattern like they are following in the relationship, so the same pattern continues. Okay, they have the similar kind of relationship one after the other. There is no change in their relationship. Okay, a relationship partner but like X, Y, Z, it is like same issues they are facing with them. What it shows is that their criterias are same. They are not learning from their experiences, they are not learning from their life lessons. That's why they are attracting the same person again and again with a different name, with a different face. So for me it is always seventh house. Your relationship partner is always the seventh house. Now, approach, as I was saying, like if someone is Aries ascendant or Scorpio ascendant, for them Venus rules the seventh house, so their approach for relationship will be like very romantic, very creative and all. But if someone is Capricorn, sorry, Cancer or Leo ascendant, now Saturn rules the seventh house. Their approach will be like very practical, very realistic. It is like very dutiful kind of relationship. Okay, so that is like a huge difference in the relationship approach. For someone who is Gemini ascendant, they look for a Jupiterian personality in the like a relationship. For a Sagittarius ascendant, they may be looking for a like very communicative relationship, Gemini type of person. So that is what it decides the like approach in relationship. Also, the planets in the seventh house show the kind of activities which are happening in relationship. Like if Mars is placed in the seventh house, it shows dominance struggle is happening in the relationship. If Moon is there in the seventh house, it shows lots of flexibility. Person is ready to adjust at almost everything in the matters of relationship. If Sun is there in the seventh house, it shows that ego conflicts are going on in relationship. So and I always understand I'm like just repeating the same word relationship and never use the word marriage. Okay, because of the same reason, marriage remains the social institution. So these things are seen from the seventh house. Again, it is house of your committed relationship. It is never a house of your marriage. Like majority of astrologer, I can't even say like many astrologer. Okay, majority of astrologer, they give you the judgment that okay, your seventh house dasha is coming or seventh house transit is going to happen, you are going to get married, you will get married. Okay, it is not going to happen. Okay, understand this thing. The astro, because you are at the end of the day, you are not going to follow astrological rules, you are going to follow your social rules. Rarely it happens that someone has the guts to go against the society. Okay, rarely someone from this religion or that religion, they both meet together and they have the guts to go against their families and they go against the society and they still get married. Okay, it rarely happens. Okay, but otherwise this is the case, this is the scenario with them, that majority of people are like going to follow the social rules, no one is following the like astrological. Okay, still astrology can help you in understanding what type of difficulties you may be facing in the relationship, what kind of obstacles you may be facing in the relationship, and how both partners together can work upon that difficulty, how they can resolve and that difficulty by working together. So this is what I would like to say about the seventh house. It is also a Maraka house. It is like a death inflicting house. Again, we have to see death from a broader perspective, not only the physical death, but also death like circumstances. It is also death of ego. Okay, it is because first house represents ego and second and seventh are the marka. So dealing with the second house or seventh house can bring lots of uh, death of ego to the person. In dealing with your family, the second house, dealing with your partner in relationship in the seventh house, you have to let go of your ego many a times. You have to adjust with the person many a times. You have to kill your ego many a times. Okay, this is also a kind of killing. Okay, but seventh house also becomes important. Seventh house or seventh lord or like physical death also, I cannot deny it. Okay. Then this right, business house, popularity, fame, as I said, and that is also seen from the seventh house. So this is largely seventh house is what I wanted to talk about. I feel this is the biggest scam going on in astrological world. Okay, I have no problem in speaking in such language. Being an astrologer, okay, so I think this is the biggest scam going on in the like astrological world, where they directly say that seventh house is the house of marriage. No, it is not house of marriage. It is the house of relationship or committed relationship. Okay. Whether that committed relationship will convert into marriage or not depends on your social circus. Okay, this is why I stopped like years back. Okay, I started in astrology in 2015. By 2016, I realized that astrology and marriage has no connection with each other. I wrote the first article related with that, and I think by 2016 and itself or 17, I like it stopped giving marriage consultations. Horoscopes never match. Okay, don't have this approach that okay, uh, these are my gunas and these are like my partner guna and these gunas are matching, so my horoscope is matching. Okay, in this way horoscopes never match. Okay, so don't go into this way of like understanding astrology or horoscope matching or compatibility, as they say. There is nothing like compatibility. You can only see the like difficulties, the obstacles in the relationship, challenges in relationships in history can be helpful. Okay, so I will be posting some of the links of these articles which I am talking about in the description section. That may help you. But I would only request people to get rid of this idea that seventh house is marriage. It is only a committed relationship oriented house, not marriage. It has nothing to do with social institutions like marriage. Okay, it is the house of committed relationship. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Now after seventh house comes the eighth house. So seventh house is relationship, eighth house is relationship benefits. That we will discuss in the next session. Mm, just like this is also important. Just like seventh house depends on your social factors, the relationship converting into marriage or not. Likewise, sixth house is the basic house of conflicts. Okay, understand conflicts, disagreements, disputes. It is not house of divorce. We cannot say that two people who are married, legally married, will anyhow get divorced. Just like we cannot say that okay, you are under seventh house dasha, you will anyhow get married. Okay, we cannot say that. We can only say you can meet someone, you can find someone, and you can be in relationship with that person. Likewise, sixth house, we can say that okay, sixth house dasha is going on, Katni Karka dasha is going on. You can have some conflicts, you can have some disagreements and disputes with your partner, but whether that dispute or disagreement will reach up to court or not for adjudication by a judicial officer depends on lots of social criteria. Lots of time stigma is involved, social stigma is involved. Lots of time children are involved. Lots of time financial reasons are involved for which people want to drag their marriages. So these are again social factors which are coming in between of a dispute converting into a divorce. Likewise, social factors come in between in converting your relationship into a marriage. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Let me know your views. And eighth house we will discuss in the next session. Thank you.